Hi students, you're gonna probably hear an echo and you're seeing the shadow because I'm actually sitting in the ballroom today while I'm doing this for you. I'm not gonna do it for you, I'm just gonna guide you question by question, and you're gonna do it by yourselves, and this is gonna help you study for the unit test. All right, the unit test is gonna look like this, but I'm gonna change the numbers and I might change the questions a little because I want you guys to learn how to read this carefully. All right, so Tom wants to buy a sweater for $30. In which city will it be least expensive? Well, look at the different cities over here. Okay, these are the percentages in taxes, and this one should be pretty easy. Where do you think is going to be the least expensive? The only thing here is about reading, okay? So the least expensive. You don't have to do any math here. You just have to see which one of these is least, which one is less, and that's going to give you the least expensive sweater. Okay, now here, how much will Tom's $30 sweater cost in city B? You're going to look at city B. You see that it is 4.1%. Now the first step is you're going to turn the percentage into a decimal, and remember how you do that. You're going to have to move that decimal 2 places to the left. So 4.1 is going to turn into 0.041, okay? And now you multiply it by your 30, okay? So then multiplied by your $30, okay? And the only thing I'm going to tell you is when you get your answer, remember that your decimal, you're going to move it 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left of your answer, okay? Now on here, this one you have to be careful and you need to read very, very carefully. It says the population of a town was 25,000 people. Then 3,200 people moved away. What was the percent of decrease? Now remember when we do percent of decrease, you're going to get the difference between the two numbers. Well, if you look at this and you don't read it carefully, you're going to think that you're going to get the difference between 25,000 and 3,200. But that's not the case. It says 3,200 people moved away. So how many people are there now? Well, here you're going to have to, okay, original is 25,000. That's the original. Okay, now how many people are living there now? In order to find that out, you're going to get 2,500 minus 3,200. Okay, so find that. That's how many people are going to be living there now. So let's do that. 25,000 minus 3,200, that's going to give you 21,800. And now you have to remember, what are the rules? To find out the decrease between one number and the other, there's 3 steps that you need to do, and you have that in your notes. I want you to look back at your notes, and I want you to find out how you do that, okay, for the rest of them whenever you have something like this. So you're going to basically, step 1 is find the difference. You're going to get the difference, and you're going to divide it by your original. So your original population was 25,000. After you do this math, now you're going to get a number with a decimal. You're going to turn it into a percentage. Okay, so go ahead and do this one. Now here, in 3 years, a gym's membership went up from 6,400 to 8,400. Which expression shows how to find the percent of increase? Well, remember the steps on how to do it. If you remember the steps on how to do it, you know that step 1 is find the difference. What's the difference between 6,400 and 8,400? Once you find that, then you're going to divide it by your original. Well, which one is your original? And that should give you the answer. That's a pretty quick one. Now, what is a markup? Okay? Is it a percent of increase? Do this one on your own. I want to see how you guys think. And we're going to be in class while you're doing this, so I'll go around and check it. A toy store marks down. Now, this is where you guys have to read carefully, and I want you guys to circle it. Marks down every toy by 15% in January. How much does a toy cost during January? Is it gonna cost 15% of the original price? Okay, so let's say a toy costs $20. Is it going to cost 15% of that? Is it going to cost 85% of the original price? And is it going to cost 15% more than the original price? Well, it's going down 15%. So you're not going to pay 15%. What are you actually going to be paying? Think about that. Okay, remember it's marking down, and you have that in your notes as well. Number 7, a market buys mixed nuts at $15 per pound. They want to make a 20% profit. What would you pay for 1 pound of nuts? So the market, okay, so the store is buying it at $15. How much do they have to sell it in order to make a profit of 20%? So they have to mark it up, right? They have to mark it up. So they have to mark it up in order to make a profit because that's what the store is buying it for. So what do you do to mark up? Well, even without doing the math, think about it. If you, as the customer, how much do you have to pay for 1 pound of nuts in order for the store that bought it for $15 for them to make a profit? Do you have to pay $3? If you pay $3 and the store bought it for $15, then the store is making a loss. The store's losing money. If you pay $15, okay, and the store bought it for $15, then the store didn't make any money on this. Okay, so the only answer here that makes sense is 18. But in order to do this, it's 15 times 1.20, and that's going to give you the $15 and the 20% markup, which should be $18. Okay? The price of graphing calculator is $80 and the sales tax is 7%. What is the total cost of the calculator? Okay, now remember there's 2 ways of doing this. Look at your notes, and I want you to actually use your notes to come up with this one, okay? An amount of $4,000 is invested. The interest rate is 2%. What is the amount earned in 1 year? Okay, so now this is just earned. Okay, so you're investing $4,000, and when you invest, you're gonna get 2% back. So all you wanna know is what is that 2%? That's the gain. That's how much money you're making back. So they don't wanna know what is the total, okay? They wanna know this is what you're putting in, you're making 2% back. So what is the 2% of the 4,000? Remember, the first thing you have to do is convert this into a decimal. All right, now number 10, this is the last one I'm gonna do on this particular video, then go ahead and try to find the other video. Well, not try to find, it'll be on the link. Which subtraction problem is shown on the number line? Always start where the dot is. So it's gonna start with -3. Okay, so you could already rule out that this is not gonna be your answer. So your starting point is -3. Now this reads -3. Now this is what is confusing because you see the -6 and you might want to choose this, but it's not. It's you're at -3 and you're gonna go back 3 more. You're gonna go back 3 more. Okay, so this is your answer. And let me prove to you why this is right. If you have -3 minus 3, keep, change, -3 plus -3 equals -6, and here you are. Okay, so your answer is -3. You start at -3 and you go back -3.